Large-scale alterations have been brought about by fires in the ways in which people live, in which things are constructed, and in which activities take place in the globe. These fires might start for no apparent reason, but individuals are responsible for approximately 85% of all wildfires, either directly or indirectly. These fires provide as a sobering illustration of the destructive potential of nature. Today we will discuss the top 10 most devastating fires. But before we start our video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. So let's get started. 1. The Great London Fire. The Great Fire of London was a large fire that broke out in the center of London on September 2, 1666, and burned for 5 days straight, ending on September 6. On the night of Sunday, September 2, shortly after midnight, a fire broke out in a bakery and swiftly spread throughout the building. The fire was responsible for the loss of around 15% of the homes in the city, and it was believed that the total value of the homes lost was between 9 and 10 million pounds. In the official records, there are only a few deaths reported. Nevertheless, many historians are skeptical about this, since they believe that a significant number of deaths must have been overlooked. People have the misconception that the battle to extinguish the fire was won when the strong wind from the east died down, and the Tower of London garrison used explosives to stop the fire from spreading eastward. 2. The Great Fire of New York. The Great Fire of New York was a big fire that started on September 20, 1776, and burned through the night and into the morning of September 21, 1776. People think that the fire was started on purpose. British leaders said that there were rebels in the city and state, and many people thought that one side or the other had started it. 10 to 25% of the city's buildings were destroyed by the fire. John Joseph Henry, who saw it happen, said that it was stopped by both changes in the wind direction and the actions of some local people and British Marines who were sent. Because of the fire, the British decided to put the city under martial law instead of giving it back to civilian control. 3. The Reichstag Fire. On Monday, February 27, 1933, a devastating fire broke out in the Reichstag building in Berlin, which served as the home of the German parliament. Marinus van der Lubbe, a Dutch council communist, is suspected of being the person responsible for intentionally starting the fire. Adolf Hitler used the fire to further his propaganda, which claimed that communists were conspiring to overthrow the German government. This resulted in President Paul von Hindenburg issuing the Reichstag Fire Decree, which restricted civil freedoms and instructed the government to pursue communists in a ruthless manner. This decree was issued as a direct consequence of the fire that occurred in the Reichstag. Because of this, the fire became a crucial component in the process through which Nazi Germany came into existence. 4. Forest fires in Indonesia. The Indonesian forest fires of 1997 and 1998 are both the second deadliest and one of the longest-lasting wildfires in history. Changes in how the land was used made the tropical forest more likely to catch fire during a drought. In the affected countries of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei, 8 million hectares, 20 million acres of land were destroyed, and 240 people died. Because of the heavy smoke from the fires, Garuda Indonesia Flight 152, an Airbus A300, crashed as it got close to Medan's Polonia Airport. All 234 people on the ship were killed. In 1998, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, passed the Regional Haze Action Plan, RHAP, to stop the haze from happening again. Through better management policies and stricter enforcement, the system stops forest fires and the haze they cause. 5. Forest fires in Bandipur. The Bandipur forest fires began on February 21, 2019, in a number of different locations within the Bandipur National Park, located in the state of Karnataka in India. 2 shepherds ignited the fire in an effort to frighten away a tiger that had been seen prowling about the region for close to a month. After consuming the Kundakar range, the blaze moved on to the neighboring areas of Barakat and Gadakar, and then it reached the Himavathi Gopalaswamy Hills. Additionally, It decimated the forests that were located on the Jarkal and Gori Katlu hills. On February 25, 2019, two Mi-17 helicopters from the Indian Air Force were dispatched to extinguish a fire that had been going strong for the previous 3 days. A total of 10 flights were conducted, and about 30,000 liters of water were dropped from those flights. 6. Black Dragon's Fire. The wildfire that occurred in 1987 and was known as the Daxing-Anling Fire is another name for the Black Dragon Fire. It was on May 6, 1987, when the blaze began in the Daxing-Anling prefecture of Heilongjiang. It was extinguished on June 2, 1987, after having burnt for nearly a month straight. The fire was responsible for the destruction of around 10,000 square kilometers, 2.5 million acres of land, some of which was located in the Soviet Union. It was responsible for the deaths of 211 people, injuries to 266, and the destruction of 7.3 million hectares, 18 million acres, of forest. In addition to that, it resulted in the eviction of 50,000 individuals from their homes. The People's Republic of China experienced the deadliest forest fire in more than 300 years due to this blaze. China and the Soviet Union both attempted to put an end to the blaze, but in very different ways. In an effort to put out the fire, China dispatched more than 60,000 soldiers and workers, but the Soviet Union did nothing and allowed it to spread on its side of the border. 7. Bushfires on Black Saturday. The Black Saturday bushfires were a string of flames that began in or around the 7th of February, 2009, in the state of Victoria in Australia. These fires were known as Black Saturday. There may have been as many as 400 different fires that were documented. The fires started when the conditions were ideal for bushfires to take hold. There was a total of 164 persons who passed away as a result of the fires. Of them, 12 passed away subsequently in medical facilities, and 4 passed away as a result of other causes, such as automobile accidents. On a total of 450,000 hectares, people were displaced and left without a place to call home, 1,100,000 acres. Help came in the form of immediate assistance from the community, as well as donations and assistance from all over the world in response to the bushfires that occurred on Black Saturday. 8. Wildfires in Attica. During the 2018 heat wave in Europe, Greece had a series of wildfires called the Attica wildfires. On July 23, 2018, it started in the coastal areas of Attica. A 65-year-old man from Penteli accidentally started the fire by burning wood in his garden. As many as 102 people were confirmed dead, 164 adults and 23 children were taken to the hospital with injuries, and 4,000 homes and 40,000 pine and olive trees were burned down. The fire destroyed Medi and Kakino Limonaki, which was close by. The fires were the second deadliest natural disaster in the world since 2001. Many countries around the world helped Greece put out the fires, which were finally put out on July 26, 2018. 9. The Peshtigo Fire. The Black Saturday bushfires were a string of flames that began in or around the 7th of February, 2009, in the state of Victoria in Australia. These fires were known as Black Saturday. There may have been as many as 400 different fires that were documented. The fires started when the conditions were ideal for bushfires to take hold. There was a total of 164 persons who passed away as a result of the fires. Of them, 12 passed away subsequently in medical facilities, and 4 passed away as a result of other causes, such as automobile accidents. On a total of 450,000 hectares, people were displaced and left without a place to call home, 1,100,000 acres. Help came in the form of immediate assistance from the community, as well as donations and assistance from all over the world in response to the bushfires that occurred on Black Saturday. 10. Amazon forest fires. During the Amazonian tropical dry season in 2019, there were more fires in the Amazon rainforest and Amazon biome in Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, and Peru than the previous year. The slash and burn. Methods used to clear the forest for agriculture, livestock, logging, and mining are likely to blame for the rise in fires. These fires are very dangerous because the Amazon rainforest is the world's largest carbon dioxide sink on land and helps slow down global warming in a big way. So, these are the top 10 most devastating fires.